Greetings, life forms, wherever you're receiving us. This is Justin.
And Matt.
And I am Legoing 11 Zego. My name is Landon Doe.
I don't know what that means, but it sounded really awesome. It was like you were rapping.
Well, I do come here to lay down the fat beats, as everybody knows.
Did you say leveling 11 Zego?
No, I am Legoing 11's Ego.
Oh, leveling 11. Oh, got you.
Gotcha.
Legoing 11's Ego. I'm on it now. All those words just got jumbled up in my head when you said them, and I was like, Landon's dropping a rhyme. I was going to beatbox.
Hey, you know what? If you still want to beatbox, I can lay down some fat and or heavy beats. So, the offer's out there, yeah.
Hey,
well, my name's Landon Doe, and I'm here to say I love rapping in a major way.
Oh, okay. All right. With this, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This, as you may or may not already be aware, is episode 55 of Nerd News Cafe, and we are coming to you live from a parking lot adjacent to a bus stop that could potentially take us to the San Diego Comic-Con Convention Center.
Oh, yeah.
We couldn't get credentials, but we darn sure could take up a couple parking spaces and make it inconvenient for people trying to get
Yeah, we
down
couldn't even get near the parking garages near the center. So we're kind of like about a half mile out.
Most of the people here are probably just trying to go over to this movie theater in this mall nearby, and they're just like, what are y'all even doing? And we're like, Comic-Con!
That lady was not happy on that weasel. She put that sucker in second gear.
It's what we do.
Keep your eye out for security. I think they're going to try to get rid of us soon. So
No, that guy's not coming off that bench over there. I've been watching him for like an hour.
Nope. You don't think Paul Blart's going to make his way over?
Nope. He's letting that Segway charge.
Well, it is Comic-Con weekend, and my, oh my, did we get a plethora, can I say plethora, of trailers.
A plethora.
Yeah.
You can,
I'll allow it.
You can say a plethora.
What does a plethora mean?
I'm sorry. I don't know.
But there wasn't, we didn't get an announcement that there'd be a Three Amigos 2, although I wish we had. But
You still have all of them to do that, yes.
yeah, they're all still around.
We might as well reboot that one.
Why?
I
don't want a reboot. I want a sequel that was like in real time 30 years later.
I would be totally fine with that, but that's not what you're going to get.
You're going to get the Three Amigos fighting drug cartels in Mexico.
Oh, my God. Yeah, absolutely. Taking on a
Finally.
Colombian gang. Yeah.
Finally, it's that gritty Three Amigos reboot we've all been waiting for.
You couldn't do 30 years ago because wasn't their timeline based in the 20s?
You're right. It was
So
further
30
back.
years ago,
No,
it just
they
put
were
you
in
in the
I think they were in
50s.
I think they were in the 50s.
Yeah. Oh,
so they'd be in the 80s.
They could go in Cuba.
Oh my God, you ding-dongs are thinking about this way too hard.
I actually think it's awesome. I love period pieces.
Period pieces, like it was historically accurate.
It's like frickin' Downton Abbey over here.
I'm convinced that that's what the little town in Mexico was exactly like in the 1950s. Santa Poco, which I'm sure is not a real town.
It may be.
Because I think that means Saint Small.
It was.
Yeah. So, anyway, all right. If we want to talk period pieces, there was plenty of those that, or at least trailers we saw for period pieces coming out of Comic-Con. We're going to get to some of those things. There was some other news. Yeah, we brought, of course, we had to bring our fourth, well, we'll say fifth, because I think
She
Ringo,
keeps all the vagrants away,
Yeah,
for sure.
But we brought our fifth podcaster, UA, so she can keep away the riffraff. But
That's right.
So you might.
And also,
Easy.
and also, that's how we got out to San Diego.
We
had
rode
to
UA.
ride-
Road UA, yeah. Absolutely we did.
She has a really strong back. I'll admit to that.
I tell you what, I don't like riding tail because I just feel like you're on like this wild ride, you know? She just swishes and swashes everywhere she wants to go, and I'm hit trees and road signs.
When you said riding tail, I didn't know where you were going with that.
Well, you take it how you want. Because I
pretty
did.
little-
Ho! That was loud, I'm sorry.
It's all right. We got a earphone, a blast in the earphones for all.
Checking
you
levels,
listeners out
guys.
there.
How are you?
But I hope that you've been following along at home. We're going to talk about some of these trailers we've seen from Comic-Con. A lot of cool stuff going on, and I'm sure we won't get to everything. We're not going to try to do like we did with E3 and talk about every little thing that we saw at
Hit the
Comic-Con.
highlights.
We're going to hit the highlights. We're going to hit the high notes.
We're just going to shave off the sprinkles and the icing off this cake, and we're going to eat the cake.
Yeah, and let's try to build to the biggest ones. And,
I wouldn't know
so
what
we can
those would
we
be.
can start small. We'll start a little small. Yeah, because you yourself you tried to avoid the trailers, right?
I don't want to watch the trailers for the simple fact. Like I told the guys pre-show, I will try to figure it out. I will watch the trailer. I go, okay, that piece doesn't look, like it goes with that piece, but it definitely goes with that other piece. Okay, I see where this plot's taking them. Okay, I see how this is going to work. And then I'm not surprised, and I want to be surprised.
Okay. Yeah, and so for me, I watch trailers in a lot the same way, aside from the Star Wars trailers, because I do tear those apart and try to figure out what's going on. But a lot the same way that I watch the movies and I sit there and just take them in. I am a blank slate. It's just printing on my
You're that guy
brain.
from Memento. The minute the credits roll, you have forgotten the show.
I'll evaluate it later and be like, oh, yeah, I guess I should have seen that coming or whatever.
Oh,
but,
I thought you got the tattoo of what happened on you. I'm sorry.
I probably
went
need
wrong
to do that.
direction on that.
But no, it's really more like I am taking a photocopy of it as I go. I'm not trying to evaluate it. It's just being printed into my memory. And then later, I'll go back and be like, okay, maybe, here and there I could see. But it's usually, for trailers, it's usually not till I see the movie. Because too many times have I watched a trailer and been like, oh, I see what they're doing here, and been way off. Disappointed or just totally wrong.
And that's fine,
or-
too.
So I just watch them. I take in the visuals that are coming at me. I enjoy it because there's always a nice soundtrack with the trailers. I'm telling you, a lot of these companies, and we're going to talk about this too, they know what they're doing with a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely, they do.
They know how to
very
put
much so.
Yeah.
Stranger Things, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, they know
you
how to
definitely know what's up.
Yeah, they know how to put together a sizzle reel and get you coming back. So, but usually, well, in a lot of cases, we find out the trailers maybe where we could have just watched those and
That is
that
true.
would have been fine.
Well, and from what I understand, there's a lot of movies like that coming.
Yeah. So, before we get started, we're going to need liquid refreshment.
Yeah, we are.
And so let's talk about that. I'm gonna kick us off. I've got my coffee cup. Wow,
cuppy cough. Woo!
What is
Not
in this
only
cup
does
of
he
cough?
forget the movies, he strokes out.
Yeah. Sorry, the 3 hour time.
That's
time
why he
change
doesn't
has got me-
remember him, Landon. It's because he's just
I'll
like
have
sitting there
whatever Asians
seizured.
have.
I'm short circuiting over here. Coffee cup, and today I have Krispy Kreme smooth coffee.
Oh, smooth.
Yeah, it's good.
Is it smooth like the icing on the donut?
It doesn't taste glazed.
Does
to
it
me.
get all flaky in your throat?
That'd be weird.
Yep.
It's good stuff.
It'd be awful.
Landon, what have you got?
I have a Diet Coke, and we are still reporting while Coke is doing those share a Coke things. So every Coke has a name on it. So if your name is Catherine, I am drinking your Diet Coke, and I do not even care.
Nice. I like your approach.
Hey, you know what? Catherine didn't buy this. Landon bought this. So it should be Landon's Diet Coke.
I wish everybody would go to that just so I could just take it and go, no, Brenda, it's mine. I don't care what it is. Bread.
It would
No.
be that would be pretty awesome. I have never seen a Coke with my name on it ever.
Just it does exist. I've seen it.
Okay,
before.
I haven't seen mine.
Landon does not exist. Though I do want to give a shout out to the Coke company for finally doing this, because beforehand, if I wanted to call dibs on something at the grocery store, I had to stand, like, for example, in the bread aisle and lick literally every loaf of bread and eyeball people, be like, you still want it? And 95% of the time they did. So thank you, Coca-Cola.
Yeah, there you go. Now your name is officially on something, but except for Coke, because
Except for Coca-Cola, yes.
yeah. And Matt, you've got a tall green can over there.
I do.
It almost looks like a Mountain Dew
It
went
is
Hulk on you.
because our Mountain Dew sponsorship kind of dwindled after your diet.
My Diet Mountain Dew trashing.
You're trashing. So they sent me. They didn't send me anything. I just wanted to be a butthole and buy one because you don't like them.
But that's not diet.
No, it is not diet because I choose life. No, it's I've had the black label.
Yep.
I've had the white label.
Yep.
Now we're going to do the green label.
Yeah. This one says it's green apple kiwi.
Green apple kiwi. Yep.
All right,
Interesting.
crack that open.
I've been keeping this on chill for about 3 days. Let's see how bad it is.
He kept it on chill.
It tastes exactly like Mountain Dew. I don't know what we're
No
doing here.
difference?
I think that's their secret formula, and they're just not telling you. Oh, no. Aftertaste is apple.
You're getting a little apple in the aftertaste.
That was a lie.
And That is that. I mean, what's your reaction to that flavor? Is it
It's
good?
okay. I mean, it's enjoyable. It's yet again another candy drink. Since I'm over here just drinking melted suckers, basically.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you got that apple aftertaste, it's probably from the sour apple Jolly Ranchers that they dissolved into making these drinks.
Those are
no,
good.
no doubt. You're totally 100% right. I can almost I promise you.
Mountain Dew, get the caffeine high and then diabetes.
I may be on my own on this one, but I think apple. I would rank apple as my favorite Jolly Rancher flavor.
Not me.
What's yours?
Cinnamon.
That's strong.
Cinnamon.
I love cinnamon.
What?
Cinnamon anything. We got a big jar of those Jelly Belly jelly beans that seems to inhabit your house quite often. And I've made it my mission to dig like a dog through those things for cinnamon ones.
I like cinnamon jelly beans. That's true, but Jolly Rancher. I mean, I like them. They're just not my favorite. Landon,
Matt's answer is wrong.
Thanks, Landon.
You're welcome.
Oh, duly noted.
I would say sour apple's high up there for me, but I'd probably go grape.
grape's good too. I always
grape.
think the grape one has it's almost got a little hint of wine. Like to me, when I'm taking a grape Jolly Rancher and enjoying the flavor, I'm like, this tastes like a fine wine.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because come back for our Thursday episode because I'm going to be into some of that, so we'll see just how far I get off the rails.
Nice. I don't know if they allow wine drinking in this public parking garage, but we'll find out. At least that homeless dude over there.
I'm going to tell you right now, the collage of brown bagging that has went by us in the past 2 or 3 hours, I can promise you no one's going to say anything to us.
Yeah, I'm operating like it's at Dragon Con where it's just kind of like open container laws go out the window as long as you have something that looks like a costume. So if anybody asks, we're all nerds podcasting.
Works.
It's a really good costume.
And this is part of the costume. That works.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, it's just apple
Oh,
juice.
officer, this drink has been safe bonded, so it's cool.
Safe bond.
All right. Let's get into it. So let's start out. Let's see. Where do I want to go with our first
Well, you said you're going to build, so
trailers?
start something.
I know that's what I was trying to
Start at the bottom.
That way, at the end, you can say we started from the bottom.
Here's one that I can say, and now we're here.
Nice.
Did you happen to see the trailer for Brigsby Bear? Do you have any clue what I'm talking about?
Brigsby Bear?
Brigsby Bear?
Nah.
Starring Kyle Mooney.
Okay.
Where is he from? SNL.
Okay.
And it caught my eye initially because another star of this movie is Mark Hamill.
I know him. I recognize him.
I don't know that
He
guy.
was from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I think it was Village of the Damned he was also in. You would know him as voice of the Joker.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
And
Maybe.
Skips from regular show.
Skips. God, I love Skips.
Yeah. He's done a lot of voices. I don't think he's done anything else, though. But anyway.
Wait. He was Lyle Skywanker, so remember that.
Oh, okay.
Miles Skywing.
So formerly Lyle Skywanker is now in this movie, Brigsby Bear. And I just wanted to call it out because it looks so bizarre. From the trailer, I can tell you I don't really know what's going on in it. It looks like there's been a kid that's been raised in like a biodome kind of a situation.
Yeah.
And
With Pauly Shore?
Yeah,
Is
Pauly
this an
Shore
abuse movie?
and Stephen
Oh,
Baldwin.
no.
Stephen Baldwin. Is he still alive? Or
Yeah, Stephen
did we
Baldwin's
find out
in it.
he was really a robot?
No,
Is he a
he's-
clone? Is he a really bad clone?
He might be a really bad clone.
Have you ever seen Multiplicity when you get a copy
You
of a
might be
copy?
onto something there, yeah.
I think
Copy
he's
of
a
a
copy of a
copy.
copy. I think he's a clone of a clone, and that's what you ended up with.
I've heard that Stephen Baldwin really does love pizza.
Pizza. Okay, Bill.
I loved it.
Andy McDowell's got a thing for the slow one. That was weird. Anyway,
And she liked Bill Murray, too.
she
Groundhog Day.
Well, come on, Bill Murray. Of
Oh,
course.
no, that's what I'm saying. I mean, what? There's something going on with Andy McDowell. I think we need to have an introspect for her.
I'll tell you this. Back when Andy McDowell was in her heyday, we're getting a little off, but I just want to
When
talk
was
about
that?
Andy McDowell for a second. Well, Multiplicity and Groundhog Day times.
Yeah,
So I
no.
think they were
When
in
she
the
was
same
actually in
ballpark.
movies.
When she was actually in movies. She's one of those people that I was always like, is she hot?
I'm with you. I'm looking and I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to think you're good looking or not.
Yeah, what were they going for?
Someone tell me.
Is she supposed to be the hot one in the movie?
I think she was supposed to be like the. I think this
Or is she like the attainable girl next door?
Oh no, not the easy mark. No, I think this was before we started putting glasses on, and putting ponytails on women who were attractive to make them unattractive.
Okay.
And this was just a woman who, for all intents and purposes, was a normal person.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, this could be your coworker that you've liked for a long time, or it could be the woman, like you said, next door.
Yeah.
That's
That you see sometimes, and you're like, if I was in a pinch.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Anyway,
Oh,
Moving on.
Andy McDowell trashing. Now she's going to hunt us down and kick our ass.
You know what? If she can get out of that walker and get up here, that's fine. Even
God.
I mean,
I'm
but
gonna have so much fun answering all of these emails this week. Thanks, guys.
at Landau's, all
Bring it
complaints,
on.
all complaints.
You have 140 characters to get all of your angst out. Bring it on.
Hey, I've seen people turn that into good novels. Didn't
Oh,
N-
yes, they do. Some of them, they do.
Didn't NPR put the whole, most of the Constitution on their Twitter on the 4th of July?
Yes, and then a certain political fan base thought they were attacking their leader.
Yeah, that was
By
Which is just
reciting the
hilarious.
Constitution.
that's on our other podcast.
Anyway.
but
Yeah. Okay, so Brigsby Bear. I would
Brigsby
tell
Bear.
you all, take a look at that podcast. Take
Yeah,
a look
go
at
ahead
that
and take a look at
trailer.
that
Take a look at that trailer. It's weird, and I'm not sure what to think about it. It does have there was an Andy Samberg sighting in the trailer. I'm not sure if it's one of these things that's going to be like when you watch it, it's supposed to be like real goofy and funny, or if it's supposed to be just weird. Because the trailer just was weird. So anyway, weird stuff. So I think that's a good starting point. Then I wanted to bring up another strange one from the director of Pan's Labyrinth. Comes a movie called The Shape of Water. Did you see this?
I have not. I
Okay.
have heard it is a little bit off.
Landon, did you see the trailer for this one?
No, I have not. I'm looking it up right now. So if you want to go ahead and kind of set the table, I might be able to jump in here and join the conversation on the end of it.
So essentially, it looks like it focuses. It's on the story of this woman who's deaf, and she works at kind of a research compound. And in this facility, they're keeping what appears to be what was his name? The old Universal.
Ape Sapien?
No, the old Universal monster that was the swamp
Creature
amphibian.
from the Black Lagoon?
Yeah.
Is he the one that had like the webbed
Yeah,
fingers?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it
Creature
kind of
from
looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon. They've got him. They're researching him. It looks like they're probably abusing him. Well, she develops a relationship with him because he, like she talks about in the trailer that the whatever they're calling this thing doesn't realize that she is deaf and can't speak and all this kind of stuff, and so they communicate non-verbally through the glass and all this kind of stuff. It looks really, really weird. Honestly, this should be the creature from the Black Lagoon Universal Black Universe or Dark Universe movie,
Right.
Because this
Could be.
it kind of looks like it should be, but I think it's I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's a Universal movie. But anyway, it's pretty bizarre. So
This movie's being distributed by Fox Searchlight, so
Fox Searchlight.
it is not a Universal movie. And the reason I said Doug Sapien, the person who played Abe Sapien in the Hellboy movies, Doug Jones, according to Wikipedia and IMDb, is going to be the creature in this movie. And like Jay said, based on the image, this really does look like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
it does.
Is it his wheelhouse? I mean, is this what this guy does?
Yeah, I mean, like
I only
Doug
do
Jones-
amphibious people.
Doug Jones is one of those guys like Andy Serkis who is like special effects is you said his wheelhouse. This is Doug Jones' wheelhouse. He's really good at what he does, and he like fully immersive. He did Abe Sapien in the Hellboy movies, and like you don't know that's not a real whatever he is.
Yeah.
I like
Edit
that
this out.
character.
I think I just had a stroke.
Join the club.
I did like that character. I thought he was cool.
Yeah. So I just thought I wanted to call that one out because when I saw it, I was like, what is going on? And at first I thought they said something about a princess without a voice, and I was like, wait a minute, is this supposed to be the Little Mermaid? What's going on here?
No.
No,
But that would be cool.
it was not the Little Mermaid.
Don't eat the hobos.
Well, and anytime Guillermo del Toro has a movie, you have to pay attention because this is one of these like film auteurs of our time.
Yeah, that's right. So it's I think it's going to be worth a watch. I don't know for me that it'd be a theater thing. I think it'd be a Netflix special for me, but or maybe Redbox.
It doesn't sound like anything I would like throw my money at them for.
Yeah, but it seems like they are going to try to set up this relationship between this swamp creature and this
The
death
swamp
lady.
creature with Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah. Let's talk some TV stuff. So we got a Walking Dead trailer. I don't know if you saw that.
Nope.
Here's
Nope.
my issue with Walking Dead trailers.
They're bullcrap.
I'm behind, of course, on Walking Dead. So now, if I see a current trailer, it's a spoiler for me because I'm like, oh, these people are all still alive.
It is. Well, in a sense, in that factor, it is. For
Yeah.
everyone else, it's like everything you watch has been cut to lie.
Yeah.
It is. None of it has happened like their trailers say. If you don't believe me, everybody who's seen this season, go back and watch last season's trailer. You're like, all these people look like they were, quotation, air quotes here, or going to die. They did not.
Yeah, this one, I'm telling you, like, I didn't take anything from it as far as story, because, of course, I don't even know what's going on in the story. All I did was like, oh, I know that person, that person's still around? Okay. Because I'm, like, 4 seasons behind.
But the thing is we've hit this point in that series, to me, and this is in my personal opinion, is that it's like if you were reading a book, you go a page and a half, and that's a season.
Yeah.
That's how much they put the brakes on. I mean,
Wow.
they've done some big things, but it's like in the span. Everything happens in a span of a week.
Wow. So, like, seasons just don't cover a lot of time.
No, but what they do between seasons is they do like 6 months.
Yeah.
But they
While
can't-
you were gone, guess what? All your favorite people died.
I don't know that I've ever seen a winter in Walking Dead. Like, I've never seen snow right off the bat. I know I haven't. And then on top of that, I don't know we've ever seen like really, really desolate like fall type weather for them.
Maybe they worry if they did a winter kind of several episodes or even a season, people would be like, "This looks like Game of Thrones," because you'd have winter and zombies.
I get
Right
it.
now,
That and they're filming in Atlanta, so I would think that snow would really put people on edge with the snowpocalypse that happened a couple of years back.
It would.
So,
They don't need snow to have an apocalypse. Their
Holy crap.
interstates are crumbling.
Holy crap!
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Places explode, interstates go
Yeah.
up.
You have to remember, Atlanta is the place where they blamed a crackhead for blowing up part of the interstate. And that is the official report.
That is exactly what they put on the news. I did see. But-
Crackheads.
Terrible.
So anyway, like you said, can't take that much from the story. I wouldn't anyway because I don't know what's going on, but I just know that
will
there are
say
certain
this.
people still alive.
No matter what the trailer is, they can't do the 6-month span right now because they're not to spoil anything for you. They left it at a point they have to continue.
Yeah.
They have to move forward with where they left off instead of going 3 months later. You know, everyone's got dysentery.
Oh, they could still do it.
No. I mean, but they would have to. They would literally have to delete the best part of what they built up for.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm trying to be ambiguous so you don't.
That's all right.
You know, but there is a big crescendo right now that everybody's been waiting for since like last season and the season before that, and they have to go forward with it now.
Okay. Landon,
Well,
are you up to date on
what-
Walking Dead?
Say that again?
I was asking if you were up to date on Walking Dead.
I'm not up to date on Walking Dead. Me and Walking Dead kind of had a moment where I realized, I don't want to watch this show anymore. But
Oh, one of those old classic moments.
exactly, yeah. But I did see a little bit of the trailer, and there's some fans online theorizing that because in this trailer we see a shot of old Rick with kind of a gray beard, gray hair, and he's in a hospital bed, and he looks around, and there are flowers next to him. So now a lot of people online are speculating that, and this is
all
a massive, yes, one of the biggest massive cop-out TV tropes there is.
There's no way.
No.
All dream.
I
There's
think
no way.
it's Kirkman screwing around with people. He and I think we threw this up on the Twitter is that Kirkman said, "I didn't say this was the end. I said I know what the end is."
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on
George
that.
R. Martin knows what the end of Game of Thrones is. He knows what it is, but this isn't the end yet.
Do you think it's like I could see it being more like Rick having a dream.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
he's waking up
That's
in
what
that
I'm talking
dream.
about. They cut this crap to mess with people. This is
Yeah.
Kirkman's. This is his wheelhouse.
If that was really going to be the end of the show, no way they put that in a trailer. No way.
No.
way. No,
So-
anything you
Or-
see in a trailer has
or-
nothing to do with anything.
Or Rick gets out of his hospital bed, walks to the shower, and there's JR from Dallas in the shower.
Nice.
Saying, "Oh,
Nice.
hi, it's you.
Yeah. And he
You
drops the
sleep
soap.
okay?"
Or they're all ghosts.
They're all good.
Ah.
They're all in purgatory.
Yep.
Just like Lost.
Yep. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Weren't they ghosts? Weren't they ghosts in purgatory?
Kinda, yeah,
The spirits or whatever.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
All right, let's get to some better stuff. Move along. So I tweeted out this week when they released the new Inhumans promo posters. I was like, I don't care what they do. Every single thing that comes out for Inhumans, I'm just like, meh.
It makes it look
every
worse.
time.
Now, that one I would have skipped out of principle just because, no thank you.
Well, I did end up watching the trailer.
I'm sorry.
And for the Inhuman series. And I got to tell you, this was the first time I was like, all right, I can kind of see it. Because what they're doing is they really are setting up this power struggle between the royal family of the Inhumans. And you've got Maximus, who, in the trailer is trying to take control of the Inhumans monarchy from Black Bolt. And so he even, it's kind of funny because, speaking of Game of Thrones, it actually shows Maximus sitting on a throne and asking for loyalty to him, because trying to get people to basically have no confidence in Black Bolt anymore.
Right.
So there's a little bit of Medusa action. Her hair, I don't care about that. We saw Lockjaw. He looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen him a couple
I am
times.
pro Lockjaw. That is the one thing I've taken away from these trailers that I like.
Yeah. And Black Bolt, I'll tell you, there were a couple they did kind of hero moments for him where it shows him turning his head with an intense look on his face, and I was
That entirety
how
of
he
those
looks.
trailers are always his intense looks.
Yeah.
I'm like, this
Because he
actor's
can't
face
speak. He
has
has
got to hurt.
Yeah, he can't speak. He has to communicate through facial
No,
expressions.
but I read that Black Bolt one. I mean, he seems like a very cool character.
Yeah.
I haven't read any of the Inhuman stuff, and I know there's not a lot of people wild about it. So,
yeah, the Royal series, the comic book series right now, I started it and I was like, nah.
but I mean,
not
this
for
is
me.
all from them not being able to use the mutant word.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
Yep.
terrible. This is as bad an act as Fantastic Who. I mean, that's what they're doing. It's like Marvel's like, handing out death notices to things. Well, Mutant Work's dead, and Fantastic Four dead.
Oh, speaking of the Fantastic Four, we got word that there's going to be a Doctor Doom standalone movie coming from Fox in the future.
Yeah.
So everybody brace for impact.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe
Honestly, this just feels like another move so they can reset the Fantastic Four.
they've got to hang on to that franchise. They've
Yeah,
got to release
yeah.
a movie.
It's their version of licking the product.
Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Still want it? Yes, we still really do want it. Can we please have it back?
Still ours. But really quickly on Inhumans, I think what I was trying to build towards there is the connection to Game of Thrones. Of course, Maximus is Ramsay Bolton, or was Ramsay Bolton.
Exactly. Yeah, he got what he had.
And spoiler alert. He
I'll never remember any of these names.
he definitely plays a very good villain. So that interests me, because I hate that guy.
See, and that's the thing. Maybe the casting can bring you back.
Maybe.
There have been some really shoddy shows, but the casting's so good. It's
Yeah.
like,
So
I'll
so
deal
we'll
with
see.
it.
I don't know. I still think I'm in the camp with you, Jay. It's like, please impress me. I'm begging you to do something to impress me, but up to this point, I don't feel like they have.
There's nothing. I'll be with you on that. There's nothing in there I really care about. Like, there's nothing that says watch me, because I mean, I've already.
Except Lockjaw. Give Lockjaw his
I
own
like-
show.
yeah, I mean-
might be on board.
But I can watch that on YouTube in like a cut
Lockjaw
show. Yeah.
highlights.
Yeah, highlights.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, because I've already got Legion, I've got the Gifted coming up.
I was going to mention that one because, by the way, that trailer looked way more
Gifted looks
interesting.
awesome
Yeah.
because it looks kind of like if I were to attribute it to something, and I have seen that trailer because they've showed it on TV or different things. Even before then, they were showing pretty good trailers. I haven't seen the newest one, but I would attribute it to the same thing as X-Men Days of Future Past. I think it looks
Yeah, a little bit.
it looks like that world, not when we started the movie, but like what they had to go through before we got to that movie.
Yeah.
Everybody
So-
being accosted and them throwing sentinels left and right. and-
Right. But from a time frame standpoint, this is like in Logan time frame, because they're like X-Men are no more. We don't even know if the League is around anymore.
Yeah,
All this
exactly.
kind of stuff, and they just kind of feel like, and I guess the government's like hunting people, of course, that have mutant like abilities. So the twist in this one is that the father of the main family is one of these like government agents that is out to hunt down and capture mutants, and his kids are both mutants.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the twist there, and the trailer looked good. I thought it looked pretty interesting, and
It did, yeah.
yeah.
As long as they stay gritty and they don't get, oh, hey, look at here, stupid lighthearted crap. Stay gritty. I think a lot of people don't like it. I like Legion. I think Legion is bat crap crazy. They stick to their guns when even when it's the craziest crap they are trying to sell you, they never back away from it. It's like, nope, you're going to believe this guy lives in some dimension in a ice palace. That's where he lives. And it's like, okay, I'm in. I'm in. So I'm excited about those two. Inhumans, might as well go ahead and put that on the cancel after first season.
Well, staying along with the superhuman type series, let's go to the one that really got me fired up when I saw the trailer, which was The Defenders.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Oh, yes.
Holy crap. You couldn't take the smile off my face when that trailer came on. It looks so good. And the thing is, you're definitely going to get a lot of like conflict between the characters. But man, there are going to be some pretty epic fight scenes where they all get together and they're, fighting the hand. And Sigourney Weaver looks great.
Sigourney Weaver's great in everything. I mean, we know for sure that she can play a very strong female role.
Yeah.
And now that they've given her the villainous cape, it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, and she's probably not going to be big action. Like, she's not going to get in there and swing some fists and stuff. Not that kind of person.
Yeah.
So those days are behind her. It's like, no.
She's just a call the shots.
I am an armchair villain here. I'm not gonna go out there and do all that stuff. That's for the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's no longer picking up the flamethrower or putting on the
Exactly.
exoskeleton suit to go fight the xenomorph. She tells other people to go do that.
That's right. She's got fodder for that. So, and I mean, I think that Netflix has built a superb world for this. And
Yep.
even though Iron Fist kind of fell on his face a little bit, Danny Rand's still good. The actor's still good. He's just better as support. So with these strong characters, I think it'll be great.
Yeah. They've done with the Defenders what they did with the Avengers, which was give us a strong, backstory standalone character for each one of the, or standalone movie for each one of these characters. And, they decided to do it with the series in Netflix. I love Jessica Jones. I love Daredevil. Luke Cage was great. And of course, I told you I'm not going to watch Iron Fist, but I've seen
You should
highlights.
at least watch highlights and know exactly the bigger things that happen. And if you get a chance, I'm not telling you you have to, but you should watch the last episode. You get really what his power's all about.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Well, the trailer for Defenders kind of showed me what his power is all
Okay, well,
about.
there you go. Like I said, I haven't seen the trailer, so.
He said it's chi. Jessica Jones like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and thank you. Because that's exactly what every Netflix viewer said. Okay.
Echoing something Jay kind of said, he and I are both of the similar mindset of Iron Fist, but it's like kind of echoing again what he said. That Defenders trailer was so good. It's like it really doesn't bother me that I'm not going to know everything about Iron Fist going into this show.
It's just you won't have some of the facts with the hand and kind of what they're about and who's been running things, who's fell out of favor for them. That's really all you're missing. And I mean, you could Wikipedia that crap.
Yeah.
So I don't think you should see it, but I watched it just for the completion of it.
Yeah.
So
I would almost rather have, how for movies a lot of times you'll get like a comic representation of the movie. I would like the comic representation
that would be cool.
of Iron Fist.
A little graphic
the series.
novel, kind of little quick.
I would rather have it that way. I would consume it
not
like that. That would be cool. That's what I wish for. Marvel, please.
But like I said, I think the guy who plays Danny Rand does a great job. Of course, you get Rosario Dawson in there quite a bit. There are some other characters I don't. Madam, I can't remember her last name. I've started to like her. She's a villain, but she was in the Daredevil one. She was the lady that was running Chinatown.
I know you're talking
Madam
about.
something. But anyway, she was in there quite a bit. You actually start to like her, because she's kind of one of those. I know what you're doing, and I could help you, but I don't really want to.
Yeah.
But if it benefits me, I will.
Yep.
So that kind of character.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm excited about Defenders. I'm ready.
August 18th.
Yep.
It's not that far away. It's less than a month.
Wow,
and then we get Punisher after it.
Yeah.
That is close.
Matt, do you know a lot about Krypton?
Yes, I watched that trailer.
Okay, so I didn't really see the trailer. I mean, there wasn't much in the trailer I saw, I guess is what I'd say. It seemed like it was like a short, sizzle thing.
Yeah, it was another little teaser. I don't know if they're completely ready. I think they're trying to show you, hey, we are developing this. This is happening. Based off what I've seen done, because it's sci-fi, right?
I think so.
Yeah, based off what I've
it's
seen
sci-fi.
them do with The Expanse, this should be amazing.
Okay.
Not to say that they're the same type of deal, but the fact that, like, the effects, world building, all that stuff, they've done a super great job with The Expanse.
Mm-hmm.
I think Krypton will be awesome. And it
Okay.
won't be your typical, I mean, you can't be OP if everybody's OP.
That's true. That's a good point. We got a little teaser for Stargate Origins. That made my wife really excited. She's a big Stargate fan.
Is she a Stargate fan?
Yeah.
I didn't even know those were still around.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
No, I
Oh,
understand. It was a big deal. I think the concept of Stargate.
It's
Stargate.
Stargate, everybody.
That's going to be their tagline.
That's it. Stargate. No, I think Stargate's a really cool concept. I like the movie. I mean, it's a little dated now, but I like the whole, you could go wherever you wanted to. I've always liked portal, and teleportation movies and stuff like that. So I think it's cool. I can't bag on it or anything. I don't understand it.
Yeah, so that's one of those that I'll probably end up seeing.
Sure.
But it looked pretty cool.
I don't think you'll be disappointed. And
I like the original movie.
that's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
here's the thing: it's called Origins.
Yeah, so maybe we're going back to the
Thanks,
roots.
Assassin's Creed.
Back to our roots.
Thank Ubisoft for adding Origins to something. Now everyone else has to. But no, I think that I think you'll be fine in it because I mean, what else do you have to know? It's Origins,
Right, exactly. Can jump right in.
That's right. You're ready to go.
We got a new trailer for let's skip to some movies because this is where we're going to start getting some really good stuff
Good.
here. There was a new trailer for the next Kingsman movie, and it looked pretty cool.
I didn't watch the first one.
I've heard nothing but
It-
good things about the
I heard
first
mixed
one.
reviews about the first one.
Anybody that tells you mixed reviews of the original Kingsman is lying to you. The first Kingsman was great.
Yeah, that's what I've
a
heard.
lot of the people who like James Bond and that kind of genre, do not like Kingsman, from what I'm understanding. And then some of the people who do, I'm basing this off a lot of podcasts that review movies and stuff like that. A lot of those people don't like it either.
Interesting, because I've listened to some things where they've liked it, but talking to people who have seen it in person, they all said it was really good. So
No,
It's a really fun movie.
Yeah.
I think it looks fun. I just never got a chance to watch it, so I guess I need to catch up.
well, in the new one, they come to America and team up with America's version of the Kingsman, and they're all cowboys essentially.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Bridges is there.
Well, of course, if you got a cowboy, he's the new. God, I can't remember. Is it Sam?
Sam Elliott.
Elliott.
He's the new Sam Elliott.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's definitely.
Don't be killing off Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott's still around, man.
I didn't say he was
Sam
dead. I
Elliott
just who he is. Well, Sam Elliott's he's probably got that cowboy money, so he ain't going
He
to do
should be
nothing.
in this movie. I'd like to see Sam Elliott in this
I like
movie.
Sam Elliott.
but
or just his mustache. If his mustache could be in this movie, I'm fine
his
with that
mustache gets its own credits.
too. And Sam Elliott's mustache handler, assistant to the mustache.
Yep, credited as Sam Elliott's mustache.
And while we're talking on the new Kingsman, did you see the Archer trailer where Kingsman and Archer cross over?
Oh God.
I didn't
That
see that.
was hilarious. I put it up on our Twitter feed, twitter.com/nerd_news_cafe. There's like a 2.5-minute video animated by the Archer team with Eggsy from Kingsman of Eggsy and Archer talking, going back and forth. Really funny. I'm going to echo what I said on Twitter. Can we just make this the next season of Archer?
That'd be
just
great.
those two. It was great.
I love Archer. But one of the things about Archer is like Futurama to me. I've never seen it in its entirety, like from beginning to end. But you could pop an episode. You don't have to know what's going on. It's just hilarious.
It is a funny show, but it is an animated show that if you do pay attention from beginning to end, there is an overarching story. But like Matt said, it's like you can just fat guy flip in at 4:30 on a Tuesday on Comedy Central and watch whatever episode they're showing and not be lost. Which, by the way, Comedy Central shows both Archer and South Park at 4 p.m. What's up with that? Just in time for when the kids get home.
That's right.
Perfect, and too early for me before I get home from work. Thanks a lot, Comedy Central. So, But yeah, so the new Kingsman looks good. I like the twist of Coming to America, teaming up with these American cowboys, and that'll be kind of interesting. And one of them looked like he had the lasso of truth, which was kind of strange. Yeah, I'll tell you that there was a trailer I saw that caught me a little off guard. It's called Proud Mary, and
why have I heard that?
So they've got like Proud Mary playing in the background while it's showing while it's showing her like she's putting on boots. She's putting on, like a leather pants, leather vest, leather jacket, and then she opens up her cabinets and it's just an armory. And this just looks like it's going to be a super, super fun movie.
I've heard the name. It seems like I didn't see a trailer, or maybe I saw something about it, but nothing's coming to mind right now.
So the main character will be played by Taraji P. Harrison.
Okay.
Henson.
Oh, sorry. I said Harrison. Taraji P. Henson. You would know her from a couple of things. She was in The Karate Kid with Jaden Smith.
Wow,
but
never saw that one.
But no, she's been in some really good stuff. I was actually trying to pull up her filmography. Hidden Figures, of course, is the newest, the newest thing that she was in.
That's why she's familiar.
Yeah. Person
she does some really strong parts, too.
Empire.
Yeah, she does some really intense stuff.
Yeah. And she looks like she's going to be intense in this movie, like just a cold-blooded assassin.
Is that what it is? Is that what it looks like?
Yeah.
We've doing a lot of assassin movies here lately. Like, I think we've got, Atomic Blonde?
Atomic Blonde coming out.
I want to see that.
Looks great.
It looks hilarious. Really, I mean, and I tell you what I like. I like Charlize Theron. Like, she's amazing. But now that they've got, I don't know if he's in there totally all the time. I would hope that he is. And I can't remember the guy's name. It's the guy who plays Professor X, right?
Oh,
McAvoy?
James McAvoy.
That guy is hilarious. And I think those two, back and forth would be fun. So, but her action, I watched behind the scenes on her action stuff. Man, she took a beating in this movie.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Like she was very physical in it.
Well, it's a lot like the John Wick thing, and a lot of people compare it to John Wick.
Like John Wick.
She's got to do all of her own stuff, so she's bound to get beat up. I mean, and to make it look real, they go full bore on that stuff.
I'm fine with that. I'm glad we're getting back to practicality of effects and, like some realism in combat and stuff like that instead of I love our superhero movies. I really do, but there's only so much you can watch people go through three walls of a building.
Well, but John Wick's no different than a superhero movie. He's essentially a superhero.
He takes a beating, though. It seems like every movie he looks worse and worse.
Yeah. I would say similar to Batman.
I'm not saying he's not
Batman usually gets his butt kicked.
That's what John Wick's more like. I wouldn't say he's of course Batman's superhero, but Batman's always been like this. I'm still a human. I don't have special abilities other than I'm really smart and trained well. That's John Wick. Yeah. He's really smart and trained well. He
Maybe
just doesn't do any detective.
It so much.
It could be. It falls right into your genre of love.
Yeah. But anyway,
so Proud Mary. Cool.
So that was my I
like assassin movie. I'm just saying there's quite a bit of them here lately. Are we trying to say something? Just saying.
I wanted to quickly touch on the Death Note trailer because it looks crazy.
Did not see that one. I don't think I've seen anything.
Have you ever seen the anime, the Death Note anime?
No, sir.
Have you, Landon? Are you exposed to Death Note at all?
Have not read the anime. I read the manga back during that small time where teenage Landon was into manga. Okay. So have not seen the anime, but I am aware of the Death Note, I guess, show or book, whatever you want to call it.
And then the trailer that they show is, of course, live action, and it's just all it is one scene to kind of give you a hint of, essentially, there's a demon hands this guy a notebook that he can write a name in, and that person dies.
Oh wait, I have seen this, or I've seen a trailer or like a teaser for it. Yeah, that was insane. I'm like, what am I watching?
Yeah, it looks crazy,
but fair question.
It looks really good.
Yeah, I was like, this is uncomfortable.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the big ones. We got at least 3 big ones that I wanted to hit on, which was, let's start with the Justice League trailer, and I want to start there because This trailer I liked better than the ones I'd seen previously, but I'm getting ticked off about the Superman thing, and guess what? I'm pretty sure they're going to do the Superman cock tease throughout this whole movie.
Absolutely they are.
1,000%.
They're going to make me watch over 2 hours before I ever get to see Soups, and I'm going to be Soups pissed.
Yeah. And at the end of they even did it in the trailer, and at the end of the trailer, it's got Jeremy Irons sitting there, playing Alfred. Love Jeremy Irons. And he's like, he said you would come. and then he says something like, "Let's
It's
hope.
about time or
Let's hope
something.
it's not too late." But
Well,
he hits hope really hard. He's like, "Let's hope it's not too late." And I'm thinking this is a callback to the beginning of the trailer where they show the newspaper that says like "Hope is lost" or something.
Yeah,
because
it's-
Superman's dead.
I mean, it's like everybody on the internet, us included, are theorizing that that's who Alfred is talking to. But it can't be Superman, right? Because everybody on the internet has already figured out what is supposed to be a big reveal. So it can't be that, right?
It is that. I'm guaranteeing you it is that because DC doesn't know what the hell they're doing with this thing.
I mean, you're probably right, but I really want to give DC the benefit of the doubt because it's like, come on, it can't be your big
I hear
stupid
you.
reveal
I hear
that
you.
everybody figured out on the internet 30 seconds after your trailer dropped.
I said it. I told you they're gonna suspend Soups out here. Oh, you want to see him? He's right out
Yeah.
here.
That
oh no!
sucks.
And the worst part about it is we might even get glimpses of him moving around or hints
Oh, we
of
are.
him.
Well, they did in the
Yes.
trailer.
Oh,
a couple
did they? It
times,
was like, oh, we heard about a superhero.
Well, what it did was like it showed Cyborg looking up into the sky at something, but we didn't know what. It showed Wonder Woman looking up into the sky at something, but we didn't know what. Come on, give me a freaking break. We
Stop.
all know he's not dead. Every single person knows Superman's not dead. So stop it. You don't have to pretend. Like, oh God. If it takes 2 hours into that movie or longer before Superman shows up, you don't be sitting in front of me because my popcorn's gonna go flying at the screen.
Maybe we can get a private showing because there's going to be a lot of boo this man.
Well, I can't believe I'm going to be the one that say this. Let's talk about the positives from the Justice League
All
trailer.
right.
No. I mean, I'm ready. I think they're really trying. I mean, really trying to put this together to make it work because I've said it before. I'll say it again. If this doesn't work, you can go ahead and wait on the rest of these movies infinitely because they will stop putting money into it.
Yeah. Well, you know what's kind of interesting, just as a side note, and then we'll get back to the trailers, they've announced the next DC movie in production is the Shazam movie.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it's almost like,
Do you care about Shazam?
no, I don't, but is this like a whole, like, let's wait and see what happens with Justice League before we put our eggs back in that basket kind of thing?
Oh yeah, absolutely it is. And
Possibly
then
could be.
that's probably why we're taking a big squatter on freaking Aquaman.
Yeah. But again, there were positives in the trailer. What they showed of Wonder Woman, she's still going to be amazing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They've got a good Wonder Woman. It looks as though the Flash looks great.
Yeah.
I liked what we saw of the Flash.
I'm not super wild about Cyborg, but I think he could possibly be a good character to really have. You guys can vouch for the credentials of Momoa, so Aquaman should be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think so.
He does look pretty badass.
And then you've got the Batfleck, and I mean, it is what it is. So you have to be okay with it to for it to work, I guess, because he is going to be the default leader until we get Soups.
Well, and it's like coming out of Comic-Con, they gave us a 4-minute trailer, or I don't know if you would even consider it calling it a trailer, it being 4 minutes and what it showed. But I'll be honest, I am way more positive about this movie than I was before I saw that trailer. And plus the poster they put out with the Justice League, all 6 of them on it, you can't save the world by yourself, like just really going for that old school Alex Ross cover. I really like the poster, but I mean, I agree. We're probably going to get Superman teased probably 2 hours into the movie, but at the same time, it's like I'm way more on board than I was previously. So I can't believe I'm the one that has to be the positive one about the Justice League on this show.
Dude, I know that they put the costumes up for display. Was Superman's costume in there? Do we know?
Not.
I mean,
in
we're
the
not allowed
poster
in,
that
so
I'm
I don't know.
referring, but I don't know if they displayed all of the costumes for the Justice League.
I know Wonder Woman's was up there. I know Batman was up there. I know Aquaman's was up there.
I mean, the Superman emblem is on there. It's the S in the "you can't save." The
Right.
S
I mean,
is the Superman emblem.
We know we're going to get him, but here's the other conundrum with this movie. Where is Green Arrow? Where is Martian Manhunter? I mean...
Well,
Well,
I mean,
it's the same conundrum that
Where's
the
Lantern?
Avengers had for the first Avengers.
Yeah.
Where's the Vision? Where's Quicksilver? Where's
Right. I mean-
where's Ant-Man?
Yeah, but almost 4 hours of a movie.
You could have squeezed everybody in there.
Jeez, I mean, can we get a hat nod? And here's the other
Well,
thing.
you don't know what the post-credit scenes
That's
will
true.
be.
Oh my god. Well, they're another movie. Because I mean, how are you going to fill 4 hours? I mean, that's insane to me. I don't know.
Speaking on the trailer, that line at the very end when Batman and the Justice League are talking to Commissioner Gordon, then Gordon turns around and all of them are gone, but the Flash is like, "Oh, they all disappeared. That was rude of them." That screamed of Joss Whedon in my mind. When I heard that, I was like, "Oh, that is Joss's pen writing." Because remember, he did come in and do some reshoots. So I'm curious if we're going to be able to, like, tonal wise, be able to tell the difference between Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon.
You think it might go in and out a little bit? Like you're like, oh, that was a Joss moment.
Dark,
Dark
or Joss?
Because
Juice.
it's like I could be completely wrong by saying that line that and that scene that the Flash threw out there was Joss's writing, but it just sounds like Joss. It sounds like it. And I mean, think about what Joss does best. He does these ensemble pieces best. He did Buffy. He did Angel. He did Firefly. He did the Avengers, and these are all big like multi-people casts with multiple moving pieces at the same time. That's what Joss does best. And once again, Justice League, 6 moving pieces all at the same time, and just that Flash line right there is like, yeah, I could see that coming out of Nathan Fillion's face, or yeah, I could see Sarah Michelle Gellar saying that line.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, the bottom line is we're all going to see it.
Yeah.
We're all going to see it.
Yeah.
There's nothing that has said, Matt, don't go. Number one, I don't care if Soups isn't into the freaking credits. I'm going to give him my money. It's what's going to happen. But
we can still complain the whole time.
Oh, absolutely.
Again, do not go to the movie that we go to.
Oh, do not. I'm like, really? You're going to get a lot of that from me. Really? That's what you want to do here? I don't know. Juice is on the case, so Juice is on the case.
The juice
so
is loose.
I'm not saying I didn't.
Again.
I'm sorry that Zack Snyder did not get to finish it. I really am. I don't want to say, this is a
Especially
good
under
thing.
the circumstances.
That's what I'm saying. If he walked away from it because it just wasn't his hashtag, jams, then that would have been fine. But the circumstances under it, I feel like I can't applaud a lot of Juice moves on this.
Yeah.
Because that feels bad to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. That feels bad to the soul.
I get it.
So what else we got?
We
can talk all day on this
Well,
trailer.
I just wanted to quickly touch on
the trailer I didn't see.
We also put on Twitter, if you go to @nerd_news_cafe, more news from the Batfleck, and it sounds like he is going to be transitioning out.
Why?
As
So-
the
What are we doing?
Batfleck turns.
Why didn't this happen before they started shooting the Batman? Like,
That's a great question.
because now we're going to have the Batman, which is supposed to be number one of a trilogy.
I know.
And
I know.
Ben Affleck's not going to finish the trilogy, more than likely.
Well, then scrap this movie.
yeah, I
Scrap
think
that
you should.
movie.
I
Yeah,
think you should.
Dumpster that thing. Or, heck, you know what? Since we're making whatever we're doing with this Justice League thing, because it'll make money, just piece it out, baby. Cut it up and put it in another movie. I mean, that's what
That's
editing's
true.
all about.
Yeah, use it for the next Justice
That's what I'm
League.
saying. You've got a freaking, another Suicide Squad coming out. I mean, filler.
Oh, God.
This is like the cream in the donut. Just put it right in there.
There you go. Fill it up.
That's right. We're missing something here. Do you have about 10 minutes of Batman? Buddy, I got 2 hours of Batman. What do you need?
Yeah, we got all the Batman you need.
Do
But
you
it's like-
have maybe a clip of him looking like brooding? Oh, yeah. We got a lot of that.
Absolutely. Do you want full face or side face? Do you want
we got
shadow?
him brooding by the fire. We got him brooding by
It's
your
a-
grandfather.
They've got a menu of what you can take from the Batman. I'll take some brooding face. Can I get 3 orders of shadowing? And, you know what? Can you go ahead and throw in Batmobile? I need two orders of Batmobile.
Not only will we give you 2 orders of Batmobile, if you act now, we'll throw in 5 kitchen scenes for the price of 1.
Kitchen scenes. We do have some. You always get a scene of Wayne Manor. Oh no! I do not want put Wayne Manor on the side. I do not want that on my clip. Fine.
So, anyway, I just wanted to mention that quickly because that's a pretty big headline this week. But
it
it's not
sucks,
a surprise.
man. It's not a surprise, but it sucks.
yeah.
Scrap it. Put somebody else in there. And I mean, I don't know. Of course, I don't know the Batman genre as
Should
well
we
as I
fantasy
should.
cast the Batman?
Well, here's the thing.
That could be a
Do
post-credit
you
scene. Let's do that post-credits.
Do you do that? do you recast him? Or do you go?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you recast him as Batman, as Bruce Wayne, or do you
Oh,
do
go
like
a
the
different
whole
direction?
or do you do an Azrael?
Yeah.
Or I know it sucks, but
Honestly, I really feel like if Ben Affleck is not going to play ball, I really feel like their only option, and this is going to suck, is recasting Bruce Wayne / Batman. Because if this Batman is going to be a major player in the Justice League movie and franchise going forward, which everything we've seen indicates he is, it can't be Azrael. It can't even be Dick Grayson picking up the mantle, going from Nightwing to Batman. This has to be Bruce Wayne's Batman in the Justice League. And it's like,
I got it.
I had a big 180 on the Batfleck. I initially thought it was garbage. Then I saw Batman versus Superman and really liked him as Batman. And as big as a Batfleck fan I am, if the plan was always to have multiple Batman movies / sightings, as cool as it was to get an aging, I don't want to call him old, Batman / Bruce Wayne, why did you get that? If this was always
if
the
it was
plan
going to be a problem. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, because it's like, I mean, I think part of the issue is Affleck doesn't want to be Batman the rest of his life, which it really feels like this is what DC is ramping up to do.
Yeah, and that article we read on the Comic Book Now said that Warner Brothers has concerns of a 50-plus-year-old Batman. So
I think it's good. I think,
mean, like, depending on the story they tell and like the universe they've built, it's obviously the Batman in this universe. He's seen some stuff. The Joker's already killed Robin. He's already had years and years of run-ins with the Joker to get to this point. But at the same time, it's like, depending on the story you're telling, yeah, okay, old Batman might work, but I really feel like you have to have a story where the older Bruce Wayne can work, as opposed to just like, all right, cool, I'm 30 years old, let's go kick ass. Bruce Wayne.
I got two ways to fix this. I've been thinking about this while you've been talking, and I'm like, I got this. First off, okay, this is the first way you fix this. Real quick, go get Lucas. Go get the guy who did the last Fast and the Furious. That way we can face Affleck's face on anything, and we can reshoot CGI like crazy. Everywhere we need Ben Affleck, you know what? You don't own your face anymore, buddy. You're Batman. We never take the cowl off of him. We never let him do anything. Or, and this is happening in the TV shows, the Flash can go back at any point in time. Mm-hmm. Any point in time. You make that a segment, Batman dies, maybe the next Justice League, or in the Batman movie, you kill him. And they're just like, what do we do? And Flash is like, I've got an idea. And he's gone, and you recast a younger Batman.
Yeah.
You can go get Robin. You can go get anybody you want to.
I guess that would be one way to fix it.
That's the only way I can think to fix it.
Well, and it seems like DC and Warner Brothers has kind of backed themselves into a corner with the latest article that's come out and as the Batfleck turns. But and also, speaking of Flash being able to jump, go back and forth in time in different universes, the Flash movie apparently is going to adapt Flashpoint.
Yeah,
so
I read that too.
Holy smokes.
It'll be cool.
Yeah.
They're doing a great, from what I understand, I haven't seen it, but most of the people I talk to, they're doing a great job with the TV show as far as the Flashpoints and having young and old Flash and all kinds of crazy stuff in it.
No, I'm talking the Flash movie.
No, I'm talking. That's what I'm saying. So if it's successful on TV, think about what you could do with a bigger budget and a movie. I think it'd be great.
I mean, yeah, theoretically, with a bigger budget, you could have, more bells and whistles. But even though it's on the CW, The Flash is a really well-written show. I'm like a season behind on it.
Why are you making on CW?
Hey, you know what? I have exactly what I said on CW when I said it's on CW, but... So it's like, for whatever reason, I would trust the television side, right, to get Flashpoint right more than I would the movie side. Just because it's like, I mean, so far it's like the DC movies, they're like batting, what, 333?
Mm-hmm. Hey, they're in a slump, buddy. They got the yips. But I'm telling you right now, hopefully Justice League will get them a couple homers to put them back up on the top.
They definitely need Justice League to be a solid double, maybe a rounding triple.
I think, okay, if we're going baseball analogy, I think Justice League might be a hit by a pitch situation, and it's gonna get on base, but then
what about an RBI? Do you think it's more of an RBI single?
No.
Single out to right.
So I would say Wonder Woman was a home run. We're already up. We're up one, or let's say we're down 3-1.
I was about to say, if
We're down
who are we
3-1.
batting against? Are we playing Marvel here because you are getting waylaid?
But we're gonna say we're down 3-1. So Wonder Woman got us back in the game. Now Justice League just needs to get on base. That's all we need to do.
Sure.
Just get on base. So lean into it. That pitch is coming inside. Lean in, take one right on the shoulder blade.
That's right. Or take it right in the butt cheek.
Be a teammate. Be a good teammate. Get on base because Aquaman's coming.
Yeah,
and
I would like
hopefully
to
that'll
see
be good.
Aquaman. I want to see Aquaman, and I think the only way we're going to get to is Justice
We
League.
could tie up the ball game if Aquaman can get up and
Get Momoa
And
up to
God
bat.
knows what you're going to get from the next Suicide Squad movie.
yeah.
I know. Did you see Enchantress isn't coming back? I mean, I kind of
That's
figured that based on plot, but
Well, isn't the rumor? Aren't they going to give us like Suicide Squad : Harley versus Joker?
yep, that's what I heard.
Okay.
Well, Leto, I like the Leto Joker, but he did pitch a fit because they cut a ton of his stuff out. And
I'd be pissed if I was him. Too.
I would have been pissed too.
he's an artist, and he's
Yeah.
like, I did this character, I was this character, I did some really messed up stuff behind the scenes to be this character, and you had me
And
in
I made
there.
a cameo.
There were sponsorship in there more than he was. There was a Coke can that went all the way through the movie, and he did not. But
We had to listen to Will Smith talk about his feelings a lot more than we got
and
to
wear
see.
that ridiculous coat. And so, I mean, it was. I don't know. I don't understand what we're doing.
Yeah. So
Hey, neither does Warner Brothers.
No, they
slash
don't.
DC.
No, they don't. They do not.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Oh, anybody take the wheel. Juice, take the wheel.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah, they pretty much said that.
What else you got?
Let's talk Stranger Things season 2.
All right, let's talk about stuff I don't know about.
So, so Landon, we had previously talked about Stranger Things, and you had mentioned at the time it just wasn't your thing. You didn't really get into it.
Nope.
You've turned around on this one.
Yes, I have done a 180 at the behest of my girlfriend. I binged watched all of Stranger Things last night. I rewatched the episodes that I got through. Full disclosure, I got halfway through the season, and that's when I tapped saying, wasn't my hashtag jams. I rewatched it, and for whatever reason, I was probably through the third episode last night, and I was like, it clicked for me for whatever reason, and I had to finish all of it that night. And part of the reason I was told I had to go watch season 1 was because I had to watch the season 2 trailer that debuted at Comic-Con, and holy that trailer was amazing. I mean, like first of all, just the feel of it. This feels like a trailer that you would see if you were going to go see Return of the Jedi that would play before it. This is a trailer that felt like it was made in the 80s.
Straight out of the 80s, yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that Stranger Things does
Oh,
to
it nails it. It nails the
like,
80s.
It nails the nostalgia feel of it.
Yeah.
It's great.
I still want to see it. I just haven't
You
because
need to.
it's on the docket. It really is. I'm not bagging on it. I'm not saying I'm not going to watch it. It's just it's on the docket. I just finished Supernatural. I just finished Silicon Valley. I almost started Game of Thrones, and I thought, no, let's back away from that. And there's some other. Well, I'm so far behind. It would be my life.
Well, here's the thing. Everything you just mentioned that you finished watching or thought about starting is a multiple season
Right,
commitment.
big commitments. That's true.
Yeah, it is.
The
It's
cool
huge.
thing with Stranger Things is it's 8
You
episodes.
can knock it out fast.
Yeah, like I think the longest runtime was 58 minutes. So it's not even a full 8 hours. Like episode 8, the final episode, runs that 56 minutes. But the episode prior to that was 41 minutes. So this is something, I mean, I literally knocked this out in one evening. And so I highly recommend Stranger Things. Made a massive 180 where I was previously.
I'm impressed by that. And I want to say, Landon, very big of you to go back and give it another try.
Very big of you.
It was, because Landon tends to, Landon gets his opinions, and
I
he's set
respect
his
Landon
opinions.
saying, not me. I'm with him on some of that stuff. Not me.
But he decided to go back, give it a shot.
Yeah.
And I guess the girlfriend can be pretty influential.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, I'm discovering living with her definitely gives her way more power than she did initially.
Let me tell you why Matt has seen all of Downton Abbey. It wasn't by choice.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was a bad show. I'm just saying it was not my hashtag jams when it came on.
Well, I can take what you just said and replace that with every Twilight movie.
Oh no, it hasn't gone that bad. I would see as I go along in years, I've learned that there are things in the marriage you can tap out of, and that's one of them. It's like, oh, you want to watch The Shack? Tap out.
Yeah, those movies are the literal worst.
Yeah, that's true. The books are bad, too.
I like watching. I have seen the first Twilight on a Riff Tracks, which is basically the split off from Mystery Science Theater 2000, and it is great. It's probably the best way to watch it. It is the best way to watch it.
Well, so the Justice League, God bless.
Wow.
The Stranger Things Season 2 trailer, the backdrop...
Oh, yes.
The backdrop is Michael Jackson's Thriller
Nice.
playing in the background.
Nice. I seen him in the Ghostbusters outfits. I was like,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
look on, man. They look spot on.
Yeah,
good.
because it looks like a lot of this is going to be set kind of in October. So there's a Halloween theme going on.
Well,
and
I mean,
it comes out in October.
Staying with the Halloween thing, yeah, it drops October 27th.
Yeah. So we will probably end up binging that Halloween weekend. Halloween's like midweek.
I will get caught up before that happens. That is my pledge.
Yeah, you definitely need to. It's one
if
of those
it's that
shows.
short, if you say it's that short, Landon, then yeah, I can probably
Yeah, you
just
could do it.
habitually.
It's not as short as Castlevania.
No.
Which came up after I finished Supernatural on Netflix, and after that, it goes, "Would you like to watch Castlevania?" I was like, I don't have 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. You should have done what I did: watch 3 of them and then say, "Okay, good enough."
I'm good.
I get the picture.
I got it. Yeah, it's pretty rounded out for me now.
While we're talking about 80s and nostalgia, I don't know if you guys saw the Ready Player One trailer, but oh my gosh.
That was one I did want to see.
It is nothing but nostalgia. You want to talk about watching the freaking DeLorean from Back to the Future speeding through these like action sequences, and Iron Giant shows up. Like
crazy.
Like all kind, like Freddy Krueger gets totally destroyed in one of these
what
scenes.
is the movie?
I'll tell you what it is. This is like your dream future because it's kind of a dystopian future, but where people go to escape reality is into something called Oasis.
Okay.
And it's a virtual reality world where you can be whatever you want to be. Well, what happens in the movie is the creator of Oasis has passed away, but he's basically set up like a treasure hunt through Oasis, and whoever successfully completes the treasure hunt basically takes control.
Wow.
So it's a race.
Nice.
It's a race. It's a battle, and it looks like it's just going to be watching this movie is kind of like going to be watching a grown-up version of Wreck-It Ralph, where you're like, I remember all this stuff.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
that sounds awesome.
And it looks really, really good. People hate it because they're like, this is just fan service, and all they're doing.
I'm fine with that.
But I'm down with that. Yeah.
Give me what I want for once.
So y'all, I'm telling you, go check out that trailer, and it's another one you'll be smiling through because you'll be like,
Good, I'll watch that one.
You'll be like, yep, this will be good.
Yep, this is me.
Yeah. So, but lastly, let's get to the one I've been putting off.
Oh, he's been baking this cake for a while, guys.
It is time to discuss the newest Thor Ragnarok trailer. Oh my God.
Seriously.
That movie, is there any way that movie's going to be bad? I mean, honestly, I think this is a sure thing.
I didn't see this trailer, of course, but the trailer I did see, I'm just like, it looks like they have taken Thor and they're like, this is going to be fun.
Yeah,
This
and
is going to be fun.
It is. This movie looks like they're just having fun.
And he gets put on his butt, it looks like.
By Hulk?
Yeah, by Hulk. Well,
multiple people.
Yeah, multiple factions of like, no, you sit down.
Yeah. This one we get to see a little chat. He's actually talking to Hulk, not Bruce.
Right.
He's talking to Hulk, and Hulk. He's talking about them being a lot alike, and Hulk's like, "Yes, Hulk like fire, Thor like water," and he's like, "Oh, maybe we're both like fire." He's like, "Hulk like raging fire, Thor like smoldering fire."
Nice.
But
I really like that it seems like they're carrying over that like buddy one-upsmanship that Thor and Hulk had in the original Avengers. I like that.
It was the love-hate relationship that everybody loves to see, you know?
It's like Legolas and Gimli. And
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. And
Counting the kills.
I love buddy systems. A lot of the movies I watch are, to a lot of banter.
Yeah.
So
that's
fun.
why I like Too Fast, Too Furious more than the first one.
That was all that movie was,
Yeah.
and that's what made it so much fun.
So this movie, I think this is just going to be a blast to watch. I wasn't, again, not trying to read too much into what I was seeing.
See, I would.
But I was just sitting there taking it all in, and I love the cinematography look of this movie. Just the colors, the lighting, it just looks like.
Well, they've done an amazing job with the Thor movies in general. I think with like that whole kingdom and how they do the I don't know what it's called. I call it Rainbow Road.
Oh yeah,
you know how they get down to different places.
Yeah.
They do an amazing
that
job
bridge
with
to
those.
Asgard.
The bridge or whatever. They do such an amazing job with those.
And we did see a little peek of Idris Elba as what's his name?
Heimdall.
Heimdall, yeah.
Now,
And,
see, Idris Alba, or is Alba or
whatever. Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba.
We saw Jessica Alba as
Jessica
Heimdall.
Alba's uncle.
And I for some reason I thought he got killed in a movie that we saw. What was it? Am I wrong?
The last one I thought he got
up?
injured.
Maybe he just got hurt. But he's in this movie.
Well, there was that one show, The Wire. He was. Well, no.
Oh, yeah,
I've said
no.
too much.
I thought he was a cowboy. Just kidding. No, that's
Dark
Tower, which looks
gunslinger. Amazing. Yeah, that does look good. So, but Thor, I'm telling you, this movie is just going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. November, right? That's when we get.
That's
Thor.
what I heard. Yeah, because
November 3rd, I think, because it drops a couple weeks before Justice League comes out. Let me pull that up real quick.
It's going to take my money.
Well, and then right after Justice League,
the 3rd.
May is the start of the Infinity Wars, right?
Yeah, that drops beginning of May next year.
I keep seeing one date for Infinity Wars. Are they going to make it one movie now instead
it's two.
of busting it? Maybe I'm just not looking deep enough.
What were you saying? I cut
ahead.
you off, Landon.
No, I was just saying I was agreeing with you. Yeah, it's still 2 movies.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I was like, oh, I hope they don't short us on that. That's the one I do want 2 movies of, you know. And then we get Ant-Man and Wasp after that. I mean, it's just a whole big conglomerate. But yeah, Ragnarok did bring up a bunch of speculation on like Hulk Planet, and people were like, is the Hulk going to get its single movie? And Garofalo, who, you know, I don't know if he knows decisions or he's just messing with people because everybody in Marvel seems to like to mess with people, said that Hulk will never see a single movie.
I disagree.
He will never get a single movie.
I'm going to unfortunately echo what he said because for whatever reason, this again comes down to contract issues. Marvel does not own the rights for a standalone Hulk movie.
Who does?
They can let Hulk play in other movies, but it can't be Marvel Studio presents the Hulk.
Is that another Fox?
It was Fox that did the last Hulk movie, right?
That I don't know, but
we've had it's as bad as Batman at this point as far as standalones. I think we've had 3 different Hulks.
Yeah, but it started with the guy who was Eric Bana, then went Ed Norton, and now we've had Mark Buffalo for a little bit. So
Mark Buffalo.
And it's because of the Ed Norton movie, whatever language tied up in that contract, Marvel cannot get a standalone Hulk movie, unfortunately, which is a bummer because Buffalo's been amazing as the Hulk.
He has been. I will say, though, that money talks, and I think that if they wanted to make it happen, they could, and it's just a matter of it's probably going to come down to, all right, you know,
one word, Spider-Man.
Thor's going well. You know, people are loving that. People are loving our Captain America stuff. You know, but maybe we're getting a little tired on this, so we want to go make another $1 billion. Let's go rent the Hulk out for a little drive.
Absolutely.
Let me say this: money does talk, but if money really talked in this universe, don't you think we'd be seeing Wolverine showing up to fight Thanos in the Infinity Wars?
Or really, the X-Men in general.
Yeah, or the X-Men would still be a thing.
I don't know. Well, did we get a Deadpool trailer?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't think we got a new Deadpool.
Okay,
I know. Josh Brolin has been making teasers, and Ryan Reynolds has put out some images online, but I don't think we've gotten an official Deadpool.
I thought trailer. I didn't watch it, but I thought I saw a trailer for Deadpool where he had a metal detector and he was going around, I guess, at the end where Logan.
Oh, at the end of Logan.
Yeah, and he bumps some rocks and goes, "Hello." So I don't know what that means.
I saw that. I think it came out that was a fan made, or that was like made after the fact, just kind of like a joke. Because if you remember, Ryan Reynolds very publicly was begging Hugh Jackman to be Wolverine just one more time, so he and Deadpool could have a movie together.
Yeah, because those characters hate each other. Well, hate each other. They're another love-hate relationship.
Yeah, they have a love-hate relationship. But Hugh Jackman very emphatically said he's done with Wolverine. So we ain't getting it, guys.
Maybe we can bring X-23 in. The 23, 24?
23.
Possibility. But you have to remember, Deadpool already has his female teenage weapon. So
True,
he doesn't need another one.
Well, I don't know. I just didn't know if there was another one of those. I know that's another big movie that's on the horizon.
Well, we didn't get a trailer at San Diego Comic-Con, but you have to remember New York Comic-Con is coming
True.
Here in a little bit too. So just because we didn't see it at this Comic-Con doesn't mean we're not going to get anything this year.
Okay. That's fun.
Well, I don't think we can top the Thor Ragnarok trailer. I think we should probably end on that one. But I would say, I do want to say one big surprise, and I guess not really
Mm-hmm.
surprise, because I know the kind of product that this company puts out. But the new Ninjago, Lego Ninjago trailer was hilarious.
It is. It does look hilarious.
And
for a property that I feel like's been kind of just thrown to the woods.
yeah, but in general, the Lego movies are.
Oh
great.
yeah, don't get me
So,
wrong. Yeah,
the Lego movie was good. Lego Batman was good, and now Ninjago looks like it's going to follow that up and be great. So I'm when I first saw the first Ninjago trailer, it was at a movie with my son, and I was like, I know we're going to see this because he's excited about it.
Yeah.
Now that I've seen this trailer that came out at Comic-Con, I was like, yep, I'm good with giving my money
they
to
do a
this
great
movie.
job. But I will say what they're facing on this one, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just didn't see what you saw in this latest one. Good
I
Lord,
was reading the
everybody!
lettuce leaves.
What is happening to us?
It's all this exhaust in this garage.
I know.
think is getting to
I
us.
know. I cannot take any more CO2. So no, what I was saying is that they don't have anything that they don't have one thing that the other two had, which is nostalgia. You know, Batman had the whole Batman nostalgia, and Lego Movie used all you remember of Lego. What's Ninjago got?
Well, that's true, but I think what they're doing is leveraging the goodwill they've built up with the Lego movie.
No,
and
so
with
it's kind of
Lego
like
Batman.
we had some jokes in those.
And it's
Wait
like-
till we throw some jokes in
And
this.
they were like, you guys enjoyed those. You trust us.
Mm-hmm.
Come see this one. And they have built up a kid following from the TV show.
Oh, yeah. I'm not. No, the kid show's pretty big. I'm just saying, as far as like knowing about it, I don't think it's a big property that people like me and you would know about. We know of it, but it's like,
If I had to guess, it's one of those. It's not going to make the money that the Lego
No,
Batman one did.
No, it won't.
But I think if you go see it, you're going to be pleasantly rewarded.
And like you said, at this point, we've had 2 Lego movies, and they've both been flat out hilarious. So
Yeah.
I think like you said, that property has bought itself some goodwill, and I'll be right there with you. That Ninjago trailer, or however you pronounce it, looked hilarious.
yeah, and it looks
Like,
kind of
was
like
not expecting it.
it looks kind of like a Kung Fu Panda Lego style, except with more open to the ninja world, if there is a world of ninja, you know. So
You do at the end have a live action cat destroying the city.
I'm okay with that.
So come on.
I mean, the
How
first
do you
Lego
get better
movie,
than that?
we found out that it's just a big playland in this guy's garage. So
Mhm, that is true.
They're actually, in this trailer, they're leading the cat around the city with a laser pointer. And it's knocking over buildings as it tries to smack the laser pointer.
oh my god,
That's great.
it's funny.
So, all right. Well, I know that we didn't cover everything that came out of Comic-Con. And
That's what Twitter's for.
we probably didn't even mention your favorite thing. But you know what, our lovely listener, I ask you to interact with us this week and come back and tell us what was the one thing that you saw at the San Diego Comic-Con that really got you fired up or excited, or flip side, what did you see that really disappointed you or made you feel like, oh man, I was hoping for something else. Go to our Twitter at nerd_news_cafe and interact with us there. We've been chatting it up this week with a lot of our listeners. I kind of put out the call to ask what should I go see in the theaters this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It turned out Spider-Man Homecoming won. I was a little surprised, actually, even though there was a strong push from Eric Lehman to make me go see,
To see
Planet
monkeys
of the
get
Apes.
massacred.
Yeah, Planet of the Apes. I still want to see that movie.
Man, I'm telling you, it's got like a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes.
The only thing that
People
would
are
surprise
enjoying that
me
movie.
is if Woody Harrelson went over to the ape side.
like those ape movies have no right to be as good as they have been. But like, I haven't seen the last one, but I feel confident saying like that trilogy is the best trilogy movie to come out in modern times. Like, I love those ape movies.
They do a good job with that. I can't bag on them for what they are. It's just
You just don't feel threatened by
it's
apes.
the
That's all.
premise. It's like, I've got a Humvee with a 50 cal. I will shred some primates. I'm sorry, your sharp sticks ain't going to stop me.
There is a little bit of that. I was rewatching the first one, like when spoiler alert for like a 7-year-old movie at this point. When Caesar is leading the apes across the Golden Gate Bridge, and they're trying to shoot him in a helicopter with a mounted gun. It's like, really? You couldn't just end the franchise right there.
Oh, I know.
It's like you had to get the guy that was training to be a red shirt or a stormtrooper.
He
to
was
get
a
on the gun.
stormtrooper on the gun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're one AC-130 away from obliterating them. I mean, you fly over a plane, you drop a couple of bops right into their camp, there's nothing left.
Well, the apes, but then because of the apes, there's a virus that sets back humanity. So I think that's why.
Yeah, that's the true demon in these movies, is like they breathe the disease, you know?
I'm marinating on this stormtrooper on the guns thing, and I
That's
was thinking,
awesome.
you know what they should have really done? We should have found out, because in the original Star Wars movies, no one knew if they were droids or clones or what the stormtroopers were. They should have leaned into the whole clone troopers becoming stormtroopers things, and it should have been copies of copies.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And that's why they can't hit anything.
Yeah, they just get worse and worse each generation.
Yeah,
and they'll finally, when they get nothing but multiplicity, bad copy, Michael Keaton's be like, all right, guys, we got to do something else.
yeah.
This one just wants Pepsi all the time.
This one
And a
has.
chainsaw.
He's floating in his suit because he doesn't know to take it off to pee. We have got to fix this problem right now.
Yeah. So anyway,
That would be a great one for
derailed us.
Kylo Ren to have to deal with all the time. Sir, we need to talk about the second batch. Not again. Not again. What have they done this time? Well, one of them used his gun as a toothbrush, and let's just say he didn't make it out. Can we just start over? You want a third batch? No, you're right. That's a bad idea.
Yeah. I guess we need to start recruiting maybe some real people.
Yeah. Let's go comb the planets.
Oh, that reminds me of Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. We ain't fans.
Combing the desert.
That's right.
So anyway, that we've gone long talking Comic Con as I thought we would, but we can wrap this one up for now. So I just want to thank everybody for listening. Interact with us, like I said, on Twitter at nerd_news_cafe. Go to our Facebook fan page, Nerd News Cafe. Go to our website, nerdnewscafe.com, and you can email us, nerdnewscafe@gmail.com, which none of you have ever done. I guess you don't have much to say, but if you'd like, you can do it. And those are the options. So, Landon, I know you've got a podcast you might want to plug.
Yes, it went live this past Thursday. It is Game of Thrones Talk, or Got Talk. It is posted at buttmunchchips.com. Buttmunchchips, sit on your button munch. It is me and my buddy Hunter East. You might remember him from our Free Comic Book Day podcast. We are breaking down episode by episode of the award-winning HBO show Game of Thrones Season 7. Season 7 did just debut this past Sunday, so this Thursday it will be a breakdown of episode 2, and when you hear that, there will only be 11 episodes of Game of Thrones left. So a little bit of a bittersweet kind of thing, because we want to see where these storylines are going, but at the same time, oh god, it's almost over. So head over to buttmunchchips.com. Episodes will be going live Thursday. Follow us on Twitter. Jay mentioned twitter.com/nerd_news_cafe. We'll be putting the links out there as well. Speaking of Twitter, you can follow me, twitter.com/Landoz, LANDOZ. I'll be putting up updates for that as well as I did do a little bit of the Destiny 2 beta. I put some thoughts up on there, but I have a feeling we'll be getting into that more on the hot and streamy of this upcoming Thursday episode.
Sounds good. And Hunter's Twitter is at The Tall Effect, right?
Yes, at The Tall Effect. Though if you heard the episode, Hunter doesn't get on Twitter all that much, but I'm willing to bet if we pester him enough on Twitter, he'll have to start.
blow him up.
Exactly. At
Hunter,
The Tall Effect.
Hunter was a fun guest on our show. He ended up flipping the script and interviewing us a little bit, and I know people enjoyed listening to him. So, yeah, go check out that new Got Talk podcast on buttmunchchips.com. I listened to the first episode. It was a lot of fun. So good job, and I'm looking forward to where you guys take it. So
Thank you.
So yeah,
Appreciate the kind words, though. I will say, I tried to do something funny for every time we swore. I dropped a Hodor in there. I think that's one of those ideas that's better in concept, not necessarily in follow through. So going forward, Got Talk will
uncensored.
be not safe for work.
It's funny. It's funny that you say that, and I was going to mention to you, by the way, if you were a Pokemon trainer, you didn't catch them all.
You did not.
Yeah, there was one or two. That's what happens when you stay up until 5 a.m. editing a podcast.
I've done it myself. I've let a few slip on here, so I get it.
Yep.
But anyway, all right, go check that out. Matt, coming soon, Star Trek Discovery podcast.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
So-
Of course, that won't be anything to listen to until after the 24th of September, where they premiere the first Discovery show. I'm going to try to put out a review of the trailer as kind of like a little promo for
Yeah, you
myself, where I go over it. It's just me right now. I haven't talked anybody into watching this show besides myself. So I'll see if I may do guests. I may not. It may just be me boring you to tears and talking about things that I think is going to happen. Maybe not. I will try. It's going to be a. I haven't decided if it's going to be safe for work or not safe for work. I'm not sure yet. It just depends on how I feel about this series and how pissed off I get or how excited I get. So that's all I can tell you right at this moment.
Yeah. And just to let you all know, in the very near future, we may be pulling the clean lyrics off of this podcast because I think there is some fun in having the censorship and making it E for everyone. But at the same time, I think it's also pretty fun to just let it loose and make it an adult thing. So.
Indeed. Swear words are fun.
So anyway, thanks again for listening. Come back Thursday. Until then,
In transmission.
I know.
All
You
right.
hate everything fun.
I don't hate everything
that about
fun.
Matt.
I
You
still
just
like.
hate mostly
I
things.
still
most
like
things fun.
checkers.
checkers.
Old man. What, you go down to the Cracker Barrel and you say, no, I'm not here to eat. I am here to play checkers.
McKenna's giving me an ugly look. Oh, that's just her face.
Ouch.
Burn! Burn!
Ouch.
Oh, is there some aloe in the refrigerator?
There's aloe drink. She should just wipe it all over her face.
Just drink and dump.
Ooh.
All right, here we go.